Welcome to Bullets Nation, the podcast by Bullets fans for Bullets fans. I'm your host, Tracy Malone, a Bullets member since we came back into the league 10 years ago. In sporting teams, players change, coaches change, staff move on. We don't Bullets fans, we're the constant. We've been here since the early days and we'll still be here when the next banner goes up. This is our space to talk about our team at length. No 30-second hot takes. We're here for real hoops chat. We love this club. We argue, we cheer, we ride every run, and we carry every loss, no matter how big. So settle in and suit up. If you're Bullets family, you're home here. This is Bullets Nation. As always, I'm going to tip off today by welcoming my co-hosts, Scott Husband and Cameron Porluck.
Hi, Tracy.
Hello.
I can.
Hello.
First of all, a high note. I want to congratulate the Las Vegas Aces. They are the WNBA champions. And a little bit of a shout out to the formidable Asia Wilson, co-defensive player of the year, MVP of the league, MVP of the finals. She was unstoppable. They did it in 4. They clean sweeped it. It was beautiful to watch. So congratulations to them and anyone who does not watch the WNBA. I highly recommend you go and have a look. It is amazing.
Yeah, I had a brief look last night. Yeah, so that was best of 7, wasn't it?
It was best of 7. So that's the first time they've done that. It used to be best of 3, then best of 5 as you moved into the finals. And they went 3, 5, 7.
Yeah.
And so that was the first time. But the Aces just went, nah, we'll do it in 4.
Well done to them.
Yeah, well done.
They did well. Thursday trivia. Tell me about it, Cam.
So this one was a bit of a contentious one this week. I was working off the Bullets website. So Brisbane Bullets, you might need to maybe update your website with a bit of information. So the question was, which 5 players, coaches have been inducted into the NBL Hall of Fame? So the website has Denny Morsu, Cal Bruton, Larry Sandstock, Brian Curl, and Leroy Loggins. It turns out that there might be a couple more. So CJ Bruton has also been inducted. I think I class him as a Bullet. He started as a Bullet and he didn't finish as a Bullet, but he spent a couple of seasons with us. Like I think he had 2 tours with us. And then our former courtside announcer, our legendary courtside announcer, Neil Hamilton-Smith, has also been inducted. And Freddie Van Dodgen, who I think he was the Bullets GM. I remember him as our GM of the club when I first started following the Bullets. There's 2 others that have been inducted that are players that played for the Bullets, but they were really late in their career, so I'm okay without counting them. That's Mark Bradkey and Leonard Copeland.
So who gets the shout out? Who got it right? Anyone?
They did. One person did get it right. So shout out to Darren Alloway, who was the one who named all of the 5 that I had and also gave me the other 3 that I had missed out. So well done, Darren.
Darren, get in contact with the Bullets and see if you can run the website.
And get them on, yeah.
And yeah, we get that updated. So we need to talk about it. That game last night where Illawarra defeated Brisbane, 116 points to 89.
Rip the
Scott,
Band-Aid.
how did you see it? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, obviously the Hawks just wanted it more. They were making layups at will. Like, it took us ages to just get a bucket, and then they just kept on getting more buckets, really. So, Cameron, I think you've got some thoughts.
Oh, I got a few. So I'll disclosure, I only watched till the 3rd quarter and I watched it on repeat and still couldn't finish it. So that tells you how bad I thought it was. From the get-go, they just didn't look after the ball. So many early turnovers, just allowing that Hawks transition, and no transition defense there at all. There was no energy, no intent from the get-go. Poor shot selection, which also led to that horrible transition defense. Our 3-point shooting, horrendous once again, but I think a lot of that came from that poor shot selection. They were just rubbish threes, a lot of them.
Yeah, Stu mentioned that in the presser.
Yeah, late in the shot clock, a lot of them, one dribble, pass, shoot. not a lot going on there.
Too much ISO.
Yeah, and
no team vision, was there?
Yeah, and I think I agree with Stu where it was that offense led to their poor defense. But part of that's got to sit on him as well, I think.
Absolutely.
If your offense is that poor, well, why is it that poor? What sets are you running? Or why aren't the players running your sets if that's their thing?
And do you remember at the start of the season, he said that we're going with the flow offense and he's going to let it come
naturally.
Yeah. What happens when it doesn't work?
Yeah, that's it. And that's exactly what happened last night. None of it looked natural.
Yeah, and so he showed some awareness of the wrong decisions being made, like he mentioned in the press conference about the shot choices and decision making and that sort of thing. It's all very well to be aware of that, but what's being done to fix it?
Yeah. And there looked like there was some poor body language, bit of frustration. Toei certainly looked like in one little huddle that they had that he was giving them a bit of a rev up.
Yeah.
And that, to me, there had just been a play down the other end where he caused a Hawks turnover with a nice deflection. And the ball lands between 3 Bullets players and they just stand there, just looking at it, waiting for someone to go at it. And it wasn't until one of the Hawks players went for it that they're like, oh, yeah, we better jump in and try and get it. And it was
the Hawks guys are like, oh, if you don't want the ball, I'm going to take it.
Yeah. And it was just luck that it ended up in one of our players' hands. When the Hawks player tipped it again and it's wound up in our hands, it didn't seem to be that urgency. I know there was one play with the passing as well. For me early on was horrendous. I'm not too sure who it was, but they were in the corner with the ball and they've passed it cross court to the other side of the 3-point line and it gets intercepted. And it was like that pass was never there. And I know my wife heard me shouting, like, why that pass? It was just, little things like that. I think the other big thing that I noticed was last game, Tane Murray was one of our best on the court. And yet he only had 1 shot this game. And I think he only played like 23 minutes. When you have someone have such a high impact in our last game, why was he not getting the minutes this game? Why wasn't he getting the shots? Why weren't we finding shots for him? I didn't see any high defensive pressure on him. So I think that's not great. And Tyrell's had foul troubles last game and now this game as well, keeping him off court. And we really hurt when he's not there because we are missing that extra big man at the moment. So Hawks looked so much better this game as well with Harvey running things. I know a lot's been said about the input that they've just lost or let go, but
to be fair, that's almost an addition by subtraction to give the rest of the team a chance to gel together by, letting him go. They didn't miss him at all.
No, not. And I thought their offense looked a lot better with Harvey running things. He was, 8 assists and 20
at half time,
points.
And I think he finished with 10.
Yeah. So, they clearly wanted it more and had energy and focus, but I want to know where ours was.
Left in Brisbane.
Yeah, we need these wins. It's getting to that point where there needs to be some sort of concern creeping in without these wins. And Lash keeps saying in his press conferences that they had a good week of training, good energy, everything looked really good, and yet come game day, that's disappeared. Why? What are they doing pre-game? That edge is kind of lost between training and game day.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I put in our group chat, I'm like, where's Tane Murray? Why is he not on the floor? I don't understand what's going on here. I agree with everything you said. The only team member, in my opinion, who showed up to play both ends of the floor was Toei. And Casey had his offensively great, and Casey had such a great offensive punch, but defensively, we were just lacking in every area. I don't think anyone played both ends of the floor well at all. There was a moment where, because Tyrell's in foul trouble, and we've got Dalton and Prather on McGee and Bolden, and I was just like, what is going on? It's a sad day. There's nothing wrong with those two players, but they cannot match somebody the likes of McGee and Bolden. So I just think we need, this is where it comes back to where everyone said, the professionals said, we don't have the depth to go up against some of these teams. What happens if the big man gets in trouble? And we're seeing these gaping holes now.
Yeah.
Having any team score 34 points against you in a quarter does not get you a place on any professional team, in my honest opinion. It is an absolute disgrace to let another team score 34 points when you know you were the worst defensive team last season. You come out saying you're going to change everything from the defensive end, and then you give that performance. And you would think at quarter time they would switch on. But in the second quarter, they scored another 34 points against us. I didn't see any shift. I didn't see any rallying. I didn't see anything great at all from the Bullets. I'm usually the one to look for that shining light. Body language was terrible. Defense was non-existent. Boxing out was non-existent. There was no rebounding to go, oh my God, somebody's fighting. Everything was well below the standard of any professional sporting team. I walked out with 6 minutes to go in the half, went and did the animals outside, hoping that things would change, and it didn't. And time is precious. I don't have time to watch that, and I refuse to watch that. If they don't show up to play, I'm like I said when we opened this call to record this podcast, I said the Bullets in that game cured me of wanting to watch basketball. Like, I love this game so much, and I watch every game that happens in the NBL and the WNBL. And after yesterday, I was like, oh my God, I just don't even want to watch it. You've cured me of basketball. It was that bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
We played them into form. The Bullets played the Hawks into form.
Yeah, and we seem to be that team.
Yep.
We keep doing it.
I had a nagging feeling that might be what might happen, and turns out it was. Yep.
Yeah.
And just with some of the rotation, I was looking at just the box score and saw Lamar's numbers, and I think you could mount an argument that he contributed more than Jalen did. Just obviously more points, but fewer turnovers. And admittedly, I'm thinking of an example of not this game, but last week. It is online somewhere. There's a play where Devers receives an inbound and gets the ball to Lamar, and then he draws Cal Dalton into a pick and fade, and then Dalton has the ball in space and just finds Jack Purchase in the corner for a corner three.
Yeah.
And the person that highlighted that sort of pointed out, well, who's doing the initiating? And who's doing the initiating of the play here? It's Lamar.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we haven't used him to the fullest extent.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm not sure I agree. They have not used him to the fullest of extent, and everyone's asking for him to get more time. There's a lot of people who are big LP fans. Do you remember when he carried this team? So we know he has that ability to score, and he's dropped weight, so he has the ability to defend and get up and down the floor. In that game, I agree with you. I think he did.
People
more
are commenting, he looks like he's in great shape. He's also versatile, like anywhere between 1, 2, 3, even 4 in a pinch. But he's got the height of a 3, but he's kind of like a point guard in a small forward's body, because he can facilitate, can handle.
Yeah.
And he really uses his body in a smart way too, like Casey Prather does. I think he's just another.
We don't know where
Casey.
the naturalization is at, do we?
No.
Well, they said incoming.
Incoming.
So we're just waiting. And we don't have another import at the moment. We've lost an import. So
they
he's
said
be
in the
around for a
coming
while.
days, but that could be anywhere from a week or something. So I'm guessing if they announce something this week, whoever it is won't arrive in time for certainly not the Perth game.
Yeah.
Probably not the Melbourne game either.
Yeah, I think someone mentioned that they probably wouldn't have announced JFL leaving unless they were already ready to announce or close to announcing someone. So you're kind of hoping in the next few days. But like you said, probably not in time for Perth. Maybe, hopefully, in time for Melbourne.
Yeah.
Anyway, more on that later.
Yeah. So let's roll on to, is it time to get worried about the coach? Is it time to get worried about the coach? Each week on our social media, Cameron puts up a post and says, what do you want us to talk about in this episode? And lo and behold, this game got us more engagements than any other game.
I wonder why.
And the one thing everyone wanted to talk about was, is it time to get worried about the coach? That is not what they're saying. They're saying sack the coach.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that was more, but yeah, I wanted to respond to a couple of other folks as well.
Yeah.
So shout out to Michael Murray, who he sort of pointed out, well, yes, so we have a number of players that will be due back in round 7, round 9, etc., like Nordo and then Smack, and hopefully Jacob in there somewhere.
Yeah.
And so I think, don't know how to pronounce your last name properly. I think is it Sam Clare? Sam, you were talking about the length of player deals and their contracts. My understanding is 3-year deal is the maximum, but why people would be asking, is it only that? And my understanding is to do with the sustainability of the clubs in the league. If they try to sign for longer deals, they simply don't have the capital or the financial capability like the football clubs like the NRL or AFL. It's ridiculous. There's a couple of NRL players that have been signed to 10-year deals, and that's simply unthinkable in the NBL.
And people like Chris Goulding, does he just get 3 years at a time?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. It's not, I haven't ever heard anyone in the NBL get over 3 years, and I wouldn't. Too much
rolling
can change.
3-year contracts, I guess.
Yeah.
Nathan Sobey, I think he wanted to sort of advance his deal at the time, and that sort of precipitated his departure from the Bullets. So now I want to respond to, who was it? I think it's Chris Anderson. Hi, Chris.
Yeah.
If we're going to blame anyone, who was it that decided to sign Stu Lash? And in my view, it's a bit of column A and a bit of column B, because we can point to the owners because they're the ones that, like when Malcolm Watts went to them and said, these are our shortlisted candidates, and they were like, well, what about Stu? And Malcolm was like, well, he hasn't applied. And you can mount an argument that Mal should have said, listen, guys, he wasn't an applicant, and that could have been the end of it. But
yeah,
I don't presume to know like how difficult it is to just stand your ground against an ownership who this is their club.
Oh, that's his job.
Yes, and that's sort of where I'm coming from, where there's some accountability on the part of the executive leadership.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing here, Scott, is that you think they made a wrong call.
I think that there was an opportunity to go in certain directions, and there was kind of a fork in the road, and there was go this way or go this way, or you can kind of read into.
Yeah. And you think they should have gone the other way? Come on, be honest. Don't be shy.
Well,
it's an opinion.
Trace, we would be here a while. I understand that Polonare was like one of the leading candidates. How he's not considered a good choice by the ownership.
Yeah.
It's best if I sort of don't stand on that soapbox too long. But like today, where we are right now, the bed's been made and we have to lay in it.
Yeah.
That's where we're at, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm kind of leaning the same way that you are in terms of for me, it's primarily on the owners, because as you said, it was their idea. And okay, maybe Mel should have been questioning that idea. My thing is, did Mel feel like he was kind of pressured into saying yes to it? And was he worried that if he said no, does that affect his job at all? I don't know. This is just where my head went.
All Mal did was got him in. All Mal did was got him in and said, let's let him in the interview process. Let's get him in as a part of the interview process and the panel. So
he used words like he had to put in his CV and his application.
Yeah.
And he had to resign from the other role.
Yeah.
And
withdraw
like
from the selection panel because he's now an applicant.
So
that's right. And so the selection panel was a wide group of people, and it's on all of them, I think. And they're going to have to hold
yeah,
that. So am
that's
I
good
hearing
point,
from you
Tracy.
as well that you think he's
I think I may have said this to you. I didn't like the appointment when it was first announced.
Yep.
I thought it was the wrong way to go. I thought we had other better candidates out there that would have worked better. But as Scott just said, that decision's been made now. We kind of have to lay in
we
our
know
bed.
what happens when we sack a coach and start of a season, don't we?
I would like to point to where Stu has said in a press conference in terms of the team chemistry and that aspect that he said, oh, it'll take a good 5 to 7 games for them to play together and play together with some sort of chemistry. And I'm like, okay, so we've had 5 games. Like after 2 more games, is any of the reporters like and say, okay, Stu, so it's been 7 games now. So where are we at? So last night, I think Matt Russell was asking a few of the questions, and I can't remember who else, but it was just the sort of standard folks.
Yeah.
Chris Pike, I think, was another one.
Yeah.
So do you believe that with this roster that we've got, they would be playing differently under a qualified head coach that's not qualified, a seasoned head coach?
I think there are games where there's less chance of being outcoached. Like we lost to Cairns by 2.
Yeah.
Is that 2?
Yeah, 1.
Close enough.
1. Who was there was a 1-point loss and a 2-point loss.
Yeah, two to Jack
Tassie.
Jumpers.
To Tassie, yeah. So 1 point to Cairns, 2 to Tassie, 7 to Adelaide, and that was actually, I don't know, pretty good under the circumstances. But
yeah,
I do wonder if cracks are being papered over. Like, and he, at the time rightly points out, a combined total of 10-point deficit in 3 games, sure, but then we lose by 27 last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so was a game like this just coming and it was just a matter of time?
Yeah.
Casey was back after a break and it was a lot to expect of him.
Yeah.
So I have a bit of a question about that because I'm like, Casey's so amazing. Did the team just go, oh, Casey's back? Oh, we'll just throw it on his shoulders.
I do wonder.
Did him coming back in disrupt the chemistry and energy that we were seeing? I had that thought. Because I'm thinking about everything. I'm like, what is the problem here?
I mean, offensively, like you said, he's contributed appreciably, but
he was very ISO contributing as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
He took the team on his shoulders. I didn't see chemistry. I think
you make a salient point there that there were some plays where the bench were like the second unit that they were working the ball through hands. Hey, who knew?
Yeah.
Casey wasn't there. So he's used to creating his own shot. So is that part of it as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. But how do we get it through hands first? How do we get everyone involved?
Yeah.
With some coaching, man management.
Excellent points.
Yeah. Yeah.
So believe it or not, I'm not worried yet.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to speak to Bullets front office, Bullets team, Bullets coaches. For you, this is one game. It's one little blip on your little radar of a season. For us, it's 10 years. We have this type of game, and nobody looks at just this season. We look at the last 10 years of disappointment, of broken promises, of too many injuries, etc., etc. We were told at the end of last season, we've got these new professionals, no injuries, we're going to be amazing, and then we get injuries. And most of them are not the fault of anyone other than the basketball gods. But that doesn't make us feel any better. So, Bullets organisation, please understand that. For you, it's all just a little blip. For us, it's, here we go again. So I'm in full empathy for everyone who is sack the damn coach. Something's got to change. We're wanting that big shift now. And the problem is that we've seen it in other clubs We saw Illawarra do it when they changed. We saw Southeast Melbourne do it when they changed. And we're not getting our hand in that cookie jar, and we are disappointed. So there's our frustrations. I'll give it that. But I'm still not yet. I can't blame that game on the coach when the players didn't show up to play. They are professional athletes. They get paid to run around, to fly around in airplanes and have people feed you and rub your back and stretch you out, and you shoot a ball in a hoop for a living. And Stu Lash said that in the press conference. He said a bad day in the NBL is still a good day. It is not the end of the world. We are professional athletes. And every single player, in my opinion, has to go home and look in the mirror and go, coach, no coach, I don't care who the coach is. I have to take responsibility for how I show up. And they didn't.
Yep,
So
100%.
unless there is a real problem, somebody put a post up, I think it was on X that you guys showed me, where it was like Adams is a cancer through the organisation and nobody has any faith in the coach. If that is true, then we have a serious coach problem. We need to get a new coach, and we need to get a new point guard, and we need to do it quickly.
Yeah.
But that could just,
The nicest thing we could say about that post is it's unsubstantiated and who's the source type thing.
I don't actually believe it, but that's what I'm
No.
saying. If that's true, then I think they need to make changes. I don't actually believe it's true yet. By the time we record our next podcast, I'm going to have a really stronger opinion on what this is. But right now, I'm not worried. Dropping one game like that, I'm not worried. But I'm going to be looking at Wednesday and Friday, Saturday. When are we playing again? Friday, Wednesday and Friday. And they're going to have to back up. They're going to have to fly to Perth and fly back on Thursday and get to home floor on Friday. And they're going to have to show us what they're made of. And so first and foremost, I want every player to have a good look in the mirror and go, hello, I'm a professional basketball player. I throw this little leather ball into a hoop for a living. Can you believe I do that? And stop taking for granted that privilege that they have, because let me tell you, there are 100 people who want your spot, and right now they deserve it more than you do.
That person who posted that, they may have been alluding to that Nordo was with the team and maybe was talking to Adams, and so maybe he was sort of trying to just sort of tell him to pull his head in or just get himself together. That was sort of the context of it, is my understanding. But other than that, all we have is hearsay, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, if anyone wants to go back and watch that part of the replay, they can. I don't care anymore. I don't want to see any of it again.
So
And so I'm not worried yet. But by the next podcast, I'm going to know more.
Yep.
Because if the players turn around and give us effort in the next two games and we see that and we can go, it's a blip. So I'm not worried yet. But my goodness, I will be if we're still doing this.
Yeah. So I've kind of got a hypothetical, is if we were in the same, say they went with one of their other hires, say they put Paul Hanare in as head coach, and we start the season exactly the same way we have. We've got the same shitty schedule that we have, and we do have the hardest schedule out of any other team in this league so far. It is appalling how bad it is. Then throw into that these injuries that have come out of nowhere, and then creates this little storm that's, you kind of feel like it's been brewing. I'm kind of with Scott. I felt like something was coming, which is why I didn't watch the game live, because I just had this sense. So if we had that coach with these same issues and we had that same sort of game, would you, and this is for the fans out there listening, would you be calling for the coach's head? Would you be going, sack the coach, or would you be going, nah, let's just give him a bit more time. Let's see how he goes.
Just listening for the Bullets fan, and they're saying, yes, we would. We're so, our knee-jerk reaction
It's an
to
excellent
everything,
question, Cam.
sack the coach.
Yeah, because my thing is that if it was, like, we look at the Hawks, 31-point game loss on Wednesday night. They start 0-3 with that big loss. Did you hear anyone complaining about their coach and wanting to sack the coach? Who else? Cairns have been horrendous. They've had a couple blowouts now.
To be fair to the
Cairns
Hawks,
had some
they're the defending
wins.
champs.
And that is, I had my friend say the exact same thing to me earlier today. Cairns are looking like rubbish.
Yeah.
Is anyone calling for 40's head?
We'll soon.
They've got a
McVeigh's
pretty
first.
yeah, I think
McVeigh's first.
so. I'm just like, okay, I get it. And as you said, we've had 10 years of this. It's frustrating as hell. But take that step back and just go, if it was a decent coach, or no, I shouldn't say decent coach. If it was one of the coaches
An
that
experienced
went,
coach.
an experienced coach, that's the better word. Thank you. Would it seem as doom and gloom? For me personally, it probably wouldn't be as doom and gloom. I am kind of leaning towards where you are too, Tracy. I don't think it's quite there yet, but that's a big yet attached to it.
I'm disgraced, disgusted. I can't even think of how many words. Flabbergasted. I'm so disappointed at that game, and I want to wash my hands of it, and I never want to see that again. And now I'll move on.
Flush it.
But you give us another one of those, then I'm going to be having a very different viewpoint. I'm going to be with the bandwagon on this one.
Yeah.
Because we can't keep taking these backward steps like this. But we're allowed to have one every now and then. But they cannot do it again. That's it. Line in the sand.
After the first round or so, that there was other discussions. People were saying, putting the question, overreaction or way too early to say. And so that's the kind of question we can sort of put.
Yeah.
Are we overreacting or is it way too early?
Yes, but for good reason. I'm like, yes,
it's
everyone
too
who wants
early.
him sacked is yes, it's too early. Yes, we're overreacting. But I feel I agree with you all at the same time. Like, we've had enough already. We've been given so many promises, and to see a game like that with a 30-point blowout, that is just inexcusable.
I'll put another scenario to you guys. Cam, you had your hypothetical. Rewind, I think it was 3 years. JD was the coach. And then do we remember what came after his departure?
Yeah, but they didn't put another coach in.
Well, I had Sam McKinnon, who went from GM to interim coach to, you can, if you become a assistant coach or head, it's not a permanent role like the GM. And he's like, well, I'll just go back to GM, thanks. And so Vandy became the interim coach for the rest of the
And
but
we were
what I
mean is
stock
they
at the
didn't bring
time.
in a seasoned head coach then. Had they would we be in the same place? I don't know. So my question is, as well, on the coaching thing, if our coach for that game was Brian Goorjian or Scott Roth, would they have played differently?
I'd like to think it wouldn't have been a 27-point margin.
Okay.
Yeah. I reckon they would have ripped into the players early on in that first quarter and probably changed something up.
The likes of Scott Roth, he benches guys if they get a couple of fouls, or he just goes, oh, well, that's not working. Bring someone else on.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And he might have just had, and because I think about it and I'm like, well, the players didn't show up to play and you just benched them all. And I think Stu Lash showed that. So the game was on in the background, and with 5 minutes to go, he did 5 on 5 off. Starting 5, get on the bench.
Yeah.
White shirts, go out there and have a game because I'm done here. Harrison got benched for the majority of it for those fouls. So I think when I was watching the game, when I hadn't had enough, this is why I'm not. Start of the season, I was like, why are you not calling a timeout? I just don't feel like you're on the game. This one I felt like he was. I was like, timeout, and boom, there it was, timeout. I was like, you need to stop that run, timeout, it's now, go. And he did all of those things. So that's why I'm like, I don't think he needs to be sacked yet, because I didn't see a problem with what he did other than offensively. I'm not loving this whole, let him just figure it out and get the chemistry going. That's not working at all.
Need some
and
more.
it needs a plan B. We need a plan B. What
Working
happens
through
when
hands.
chemistry's not working?
Yeah, a bit of structure in that instance.
Yeah.
People give Damon Larry a hard time, but the one thing he said that I agree with is that a bad shot or a poorly chosen shot is just like it's just another turnover. It's like another turnover.
Yeah. Yeah. God, did we have some of them?
Too many.
Way too many. So, all right. I think we've talked about that enough. Oh, goodness. It's going to be a long week. It's going to be a long week. Our next game is in Perth, RAC Arena, on a Wednesday night. How do you see this game, Cam?
I feel like I'm going to say this every week. And funnily enough, I was watching Jason Caddy's podcast the other day, and he said the same thing. It's going to be another tough game. Every game is tough in this league. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see us coming away with a win, no matter what team shows up. I don't think we're going to get there at the moment. Perth are starting to look like they're finding their way. They're a little bit shaky at first, but I think Willie's starting to really get his team flowing. So yeah, I'm going to be a bit doom and gloom with this one and say we're not winning. And yeah.
Fair enough. I say it depends on which team shows up. If that team that I don't know who they were showed up to play in Illawarra, or apparently play in Illawarra, and took for granted the fact that their professional basketball players turn up, then we will be beaten. We will absolutely be whipped again. I do believe we have the talent. I believe we've got the matchups to be able to beat Perth. I think there's enough for us to do that. But no one, no coach, no supporter, no one else is to blame for your ability as a professional athlete to show up and give effort. So I'll wait and see. I'm like, probably not. I don't see us winning it. I'd like to think we could. Let's give it a red hot crack. But based on that performance, I would say,
yeah, I want to say, I hope they prove me wrong. That's kind
Wouldn't
of
it be lovely? Wouldn't
Yeah.
it be lovely to get on next time? We go, God, what wrong with Reed?
That's what we
How
want,
wrong
if
were
we're
we?
being honest.
Yeah.
Prove us wrong.
We get
Perth
no
are-
joy out of having these podcasts.
None at all.
Where we
Yeah, the Wildcats are showing signs of that they're starting to click, and the fans are debating about if really Junior is starting, or there's Dante Russo and Nance and partnering Jones in the backcourt. And so that they have good problems, and they've got like Windler and Doolittle starting to hit their stride, finding some rhythm. Do we have the defense to stop that?
Not at the
We're
moment.
going to find out, but it's tough to think who's going to be guarding against that. Like Mason Jones, people are saying, oh, well, he's the G League MVP who hasn't really translated here yet, but Brisbane's going to give him a chance unless they play some D.
So just on that, if we had current team and put Sam McDaniel back in, are we defensively capable again?
Or Nordo. Yeah, it's a completely different dynamic. But like Smack brings it's almost like having a sixth player in D, because he picks up someone in full court, and whoever he's guarding, he's wearing them like a suit.
And and it's that
He's all over
energy
them.
it's the energy that he brings with that as well that then feeds into the rest of the team.
Yeah, I've seen massive issues with spacing. I just think defensively we're not very good at all. I've not seen elite defense at all from the Bullets, other than that game against Tasmania when the white shirts were on. I thought they did an extraordinary job. But when I think about it, I was like, yeah, even with players coming back in, even with our number one defensive man coming back in, I can't see the level of defense that we've been playing enough for any team.
And Lash regards Dukas as a high-level defender, but I just get the impression that with Dukas, like as good as he might be, he's just like still figuring out how to play in this league, basically.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And I just think as a team, like Tyrell Harrison is getting minuses where he was +8 to 12, and that what I loved about his game is what's missing this season, which is his ability to defend the play from that big man section. And Aaron Baines used to do it well too. They were like, oh, he's a hopeless defender. I'm like, you just watch defense. He is running the whole defense from the back. The 5-man is the one who does the most talking, who gets everyone in place, who's getting everyone to where they need to be, and he's covering the bases. And I have not seen enough help defense at all from our team. At all. I
The
don't
five
know
is
if
it's almost
Seth
like
comes back that people are going to all of a sudden help.
it's almost like a quarterback at the 5 in defense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think defensively we've got it. And it's going to get more important than ever because we're about to play the team that I don't think there is a team in the league can beat Melbourne United at the moment. And we're going to get them at home on Friday night. So you know what I think? I don't think we're going to get that one at all.
No,
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm always excited for a home game. I will never not be excited to be at a live game. The energy is just different. I've said this the other week. I prefer watching games live than watching them on TV. My stress levels I'm always able to handle it better. And I agree.
Because we can express the stress.
I can. As much as I look like a fool around some people when I do it, I can still, I can express that. But I agree, like United are looking really good, even though they had that loss the other night. They've got Goulding. I think he came back today, which just makes them even more dangerous.
And McVeigh nearly took him out. They had a pretty dirty screen on him today.
Okay.
I had it on in the background. And I was watched about a minute and I went, ooh, that's a bit dirty.
I'll go and watch that. I know missing Illy hurts them a little, but their role players are stepping up something chronic. Dash Daniels is looking great for someone so young and first season at pro level. And Tanner Krebs has been shooting the lights out for them and just playing really well. I said back when he was with the Bullets that he was a great player. We just weren't getting the best out of him.
Agreed.
And we're just getting back from Perth. So
I think someone was saying that Krebs is an underrated ball handler as well.
Yeah.
Not by Melbourne United. No. They don't underrate him. They put him in.
They know what he's capable of.
They absolutely do. That's why they keep signing him. He plays his role perfectly down there.
Yeah. So I think I think we're going to lose this one as well. So it's going to be a bad round for us. But if they can show up with intent and energy and give it a good red hot crack, then I will be okay with that.
Yeah, a thing for the players as well. People are paying good money. They're behind the scenes. The Bullets front office has worked hard to sell those seats. We are paying our hard-earned money to turn up. And so do not disgrace us in that way for taking all that time to get to that game and give that kind of performance again. But also, I am exactly like you, Cam, when you're saying that you've got to get to a game. Get to this game. Even if we lose by 50, we won't. We're going to be in it. We're going to be great. Dash Daniels, get down there and see this 17-year-old superstar in the flesh. There is nothing like seeing them in the flesh. It doesn't even compare to the TV in any way. Yeah. And do yourself a favour because we're not going to have him for long. He's going to be in the NBA before we know it. If they could sign a 17-year-old, I'm sure they would. So please get to that game. Please. Do yourself a favour if you love the game. Just go for him.
Yep.
Yeah, I think eventually it's not looking like they're going to drop a game anytime soon. Like they will eventually, but against us, that only the most optimistic supporter would that might happen. And they would be looking through rose-colored glasses. And so it's just I think the season is 33 games. And so you can guess that their win-loss count is going to be looking pretty one-sided.
Yeah. It was you, Cam, who said, we'll never shoot that badly from the three-point line again, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What a memory.
Was that the Cairns game?
Yeah, that was the Cairns game. I remember saying that. Yeah, I know. And then I looked at that stat last night. I think it must have been half time. And I looked at it and went, I should never have said those words because they've just proven me wrong. So I will retract that. And we can shoot that bad again, apparently.
Anything's possible. Apparently, anything is possible with this team. And they wonder why we get on such a downer when they lose by that much. It's like, come on, we put so much faith in them. All right. What's next, Scott?
Who needs to back themselves?
All right, we're going for who needs to back themselves this game. What do you got, Cam?
I've got the whole damn team. They just need to stand up and prove us all wrong. Go and back yourself, all of you, back yourselves in, prove us wrong, and come out and absolutely demolish Perth in Perth. That would make me super happy and probably everyone super happy. So yeah, just the whole damn team.
Sounds good.
What about you, Trace?
Tyrell Harrison, I'm staying with it.
Yep.
I'm horrified, absolutely horrified at how he's playing at the moment. I don't care whose fault it is. I just want it to change. If it's a coaching problem, then change something, coaches. And if it's a player problem, change some things. But what I do want from Tyrell is I want him to move his feet in defence. I think he got a bad run of fouls, but they were fouls. They were still fouls. They were soft and lazy, and they probably weren't called both end. And when Tatum had a go at the refs, I was like, God damn you, you're going to put they're going to be doing it now. And they did.
Damn Tatum.
Yeah, he needs to move his feet. He needs to box out and rebound. Their help defense needs to get better, and he needs to get better at help as well. They just down low there. They just don't seem to know how to do it. And when a big man blocks you at the ring, just whatever. Be like a goldfish. Just go again. Don't let it get you down. I feel like something bad happened in the game, and then he just would take a backward step. So I am asking him, and I will keep asking him to back himself. He's so much better than these couple of games, and he cannot let his head get in the way. Just can't.
Yep.
How about you, Scott?
Yeah, so I initially was quite general. I was like, well, anyone who can put their hand up and say, I know how we can just make the right kind of shot selection. That was my initial thought, was just like, instead of all this ISO and just jacking something up after one pass, anyone who takes the lead there, I'll back them. But also, I'm with you about Trace. He needs to look in the mirror and say, you've got this. You can make plays. You can make shots. You can block shots.
Because he is the one player that can make a difference. Like, you look at Casey Prather's offensive prowess in the last game. It didn't change the game. Tyrell having a big game can change the team and can change the game. He has influence from his position.
Yeah.
He needs to do it. And maybe Jalen Adams.
Yeah.
Just adding another one in there. Because if him and Ty, I think it'd change everything.
Yeah.
All right. What's it time for, Scott?
A quick I've only got one, and it's just about the vacant import slot. So, Cameron, you produced a list of free agents. The signing will come from that list.
Nah.
It won't be someone on that list.
I don't think so.
Okay. Trace, did you see the players on that list?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm like, I want to say no, but maybe I'll go I'll go yeah. Well, we'll get one of them.
They get the checkbook
out and go, I want to be there.
Come to Brisbane. It's nice here. We have a warm summer.
Yeah, I really want to say yeah to that, but I'm going nah. As Peter Hooley said to my question regarding one of those people on the list that asked at the end of, or asks at the start of next season.
A club has already been in touch with him.
Yes. Oh, well, was for this season.
Yeah.
But
someone put a call into his agent.
Yeah. But as a potential for him for us next season, let's ask again.
All we can do is ask.
And just to kind of wrap it, what I'm thinking is, okay, so Jacob Holt hopefully will come back sometime this season. Who knows? Because I thought it was 4 weeks. So it should be 3 weeks from now. How long till Smack comes back in and Nordo?
7 weeks now.
Somebody said round 7 for Nordo and round 9 for Smack. So
what round are we in now? Round 4.
I think it was 4.
So 7. Okay, because
3
Lash
weeks for
in the
Nordo,
press conference,
5 weeks for Smack.
Yeah, press conference, somebody asked when's Holt coming back, and he said they'll all come back around the same time. And we're not going to rush him. So they've got no urgency. We've got a big man problem.
Yeah.
We really do.
Yeah, because we're
And-
relying on Tohi to play the 4 or the 5, depending on whether Ty's on the court or not.
Or Dalton.
Yeah. We just don't
Yeah.
have enough down there. Cal Dalton's
Dalton's
great, but he
less
needs to be
experienced,
further
but
down the
only
bench.
playing
Yeah. But he
minutes.
looked great against some teams and he was doing really well. And then you put him up against a team like Illawarra and it's like, you're not there yet.
Yeah.
Better than me, but not there yet. And so I just wonder with imports, are they just really looking to fill that guard position, which I'm sure they will. And I just don't know.
That's the other thing I was
know if it's
wondering,
gonna
guys.
Get our problems
was
sorted.
so JFL was basically like a 2-3, like he was a wing, basically. But I saw someone else say, well, they should look at like a 4 or a 4-5, like someone who could sort of play
Yep.
small ball 5 or something, where
Yep.
so that Prather could go back to just playing more at the 3. What do you
Yep.
guys think of that?
I want that.
Yeah.
If I had any say on this team whatsoever, I want that. And do you know who I want? Even if they don't do that, who I want on the roster, who was our big man a few times ago, and then he went to Perth, then he left.
4?
No, big 5 man, white man, big 5 man, had depression, had some time off, and then has come back into NBL.
Oh, Matty Hodgson.
Oh, Matt.
Thank you.
Hodgie.
Because I keep wanting to say Chris. I'm like, it's totally not his name.
Oh, so
Hodgie.
he's a local though.
I would love Hodgie. Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. When I'm walking around feeding the animals, going, what is it that we need? I would love Hodgie as a backup. So we've just got another big presence in there, and then you can go get yourself an import 3. I just think the roster needs a little bit of a look at it now, and this is where I love the idea of trades. I'm like, we need to be able to switch and change.
Yeah,
I don't think we can
yeah.
sit and look at our roster and go, yeah, we're going to make finals.
How
for
do we
this
make way
roster.
for someone
Yeah.
like that?
That's their job, but I want that. I need another big man, even if Holt comes back in. I think Prather needs to push to the 3. He's not big enough defensively for what's in the league this year. He was big enough for what was in the league last season, not this season. It's getting better and better.
Yeah, I'm in the same position. And I thought that's what we were looking at the start of this, like when we were doing our recruiting. I thought we were going to move Prather back to the 3, have sort of Smack at the 2. I know some question his offense. He definitely looks good offensively when he's attacking.
Love his offense.
Yeah. And then, an import 4. And I've been saying it for a few years now, a Vic Law type 4 import.
A stretch 4.
Yeah, stretch 4, like like Doolittle, that type where they can step outside and play, but they're also strong inside, a little bit more athletic, a little bit taller. Like I know Prather can play inside and outside, but he's still that height difference when he's
defensively
defensive.
Doesn't have it. And you've said that before, Cam, and I'm like, my God, you're spot on. We just don't have the defensive. He can't play the 4 defensively. And in this season's league.
Yeah. So I like that Vic Law type player for that position, for them to bring someone like that in instead of that 2-3 guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a wing.
Yeah.
Yep. And I don't think we'll get it.
No.
I think it's all speculation and they're just going to replace and we're going to have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll get it right. And maybe we will be completely wrong.
Happy to be proven wrong.
Yeah, always.
Wouldn't it be lovely? Wouldn't it be lovely to just go, God, our coaches are amazing. God, our team's amazing. Let's talk about how great they are.
Yeah.
Who's the genius who signed that guy?
Yeah.
That's the sort of question I want to be asking.
Yeah.
Look at the culture they're building. So good.
What do we know?
Yeah.
Prove us wrong.
We're just here to praise the experts. Wouldn't it be great?
Yep.
Wouldn't it be great? One day, maybe Bullets fans, one day. But for this week, thanks for joining us. It is a hard week and we're here for the hard weeks, and let's hope we can flush it and come back with something different next week. Thanks for joining us. We will see you again next time on Bullets Nation.
One team, one voice, we're giving nation, we're strong and low.